What's up everyone, Darkside Phil here, and I want to talk about a pretty unique subject. You know, in this day and age, there's more video games being made and produced than ever before. But in a lot of ways, you wouldn't know it. And what I mean by that is it seems like, especially these days on the internet, all anyone talks about are the biggest, most over-promoted, most overhyped games. You know, the ones like the GTAs and the Call of Duties and the Assassin's Creeds, the ones that everyone knows are going to come out and everyone's super overhyped and excited for. In the year of 2013, I really felt that there was an exceptional number of games that kind of fell under the radar. Now, what I mean by that is I barely heard anyone talk about them. I really didn't have many people ask me to play them. But luckily for me, during the course of this year, I did actually take some time out to play some lesser known titles. And boy, let me tell you, am I happy that I did. Some of these games that I played this year pretty much outshined a lot of the overproduced mainstream stuff that everyone wanted to talk about and was all that anyone was watching on YouTube or Twitch TV. So in this special countdown, I'm going to run through the 10 games from 2013 that you didn't play but probably should have because they were really good. So without further ado, here we go. But as we always say, these are not in any particular order. These are not in any level of quality from best to worst or worst to best. These are just 10 of my personal picks for games you probably didn't play, may not have heard of, but you probably should give some attention. So here we go. It's DSP's best games that you didn't play this year. My 10 personal picks of exceptional games that you probably didn't hear about. Number 10, The Stanley Parable. Talk about a game that takes something very simple and makes it into something complex and interesting. The Stanley Parable is a what-if scenario regarding a lowly office worker who every day is a drone, goes in, types numbers on his computer. In a lot of ways, it's a very parallel to what a lot of people see their actual day job as. Worthless, menial, trivial work that they just do to pay the bills. But where the Stanley Parable splits is that one day everyone vanishes. And so Stanley has to search the building to figure out what exactly happened. Now, the uniqueness about the Stanley Parable is that dependent on the simple choices that you make, you can completely change the plot of the game. I mean, I don't want to spoil any of the potential plot lines. I think the visuals here are going to be enough of a spoiler, but just choosing either the left door or the right door while the omniscient narrator is telling you to go through one or the other can actually change what happens. And some crazy implications, some sci-fi parallels, some pretty cool things. The thing is, the more I tell you about it, the more I spoil about it. But let me put it to you this way. The game can be beaten within 10 to 15 minutes, but that's only one of a plethora of potential stories and endings that you can experience during the Stanley Parable. It's unique, it's interesting, it's quirky, it's funny. The dialogue and the narrator, who has a British accent, of course, like most big omniscient narrators, is really funny. There's some tongue-in-cheek humor, there's a lot of sarcasm. It's just one of the most unique games I've ever played. And out of a game that you can beat in 15 minutes, I got almost 2.5 hours of gameplay out of it, and I could have gotten even more if I had remembered each individual little choice that I made and even kept going back and replaying it more. So, one of the best and most interesting games I played this year on the PC. Definitely worth a look. If you haven't heard about it, you should definitely check it out. Up next, a new game series from an applauded game development studio doesn't have as much notoriety as their last entry, but still piques the interest. Definitely check it out.